You were one of those folks back in the day that thought Bitcoin was nothing, was some kind of pipe dream, nonsense. And now you're betting your whole future and your company's future on it. So tell us a little bit about why you made that decision in summer of 2020.
One of the rules of Bitcoin is that Bitcoin's on a need to know basis. You have to need to know about Bitcoin before you'll open your mind to it. It's a paradigm shift, and I would refer to it as digital energy. But if you think about it, the first time we figured out how to channel energy in cyberspace, it's just as profound as if you went to somebody in 1800 and said, one day we're going to have this clean, silent electricity, and you're not going to be able to see it or touch it, but it's going to power every single machine in your factory, and it's going to power everything in your house. And you would think, I don't get it, I don't need it. And until someone shows you what it can do, and until you get to the point where you do need it, you're not going to embrace a new form of energy. And so MicroStrategy didn't really need Bitcoin until 2020. And then during the COVID lockdown crisis, we realized that all of our capital was kind of a melting ice cube. We had a lot of money that was generating 0% interest, losing 15 to 20% of its value a year. So we had a need to know. And then we started thinking, maybe there's something else we can invest this money in. And we discovered Bitcoin, which I think is digital capital. I mean, the most powerful application of digital energy is capital. So we needed it, we found it, we embraced it, and we've become the largest public holder of Bitcoin.
I know you tweeted out something years earlier saying, this is really nothing to write home about, and you thought it was just kind of a scheme, and all of a sudden you realized, maybe because of 2020, right, that this actually was the future.
You know what I say is everybody's against Bitcoin before they're for it, and your first reaction is always to be skeptical. And after an hour, you're not quite sure, but after 10 hours, you think maybe there's an asset there, but you don't know how you feel about it. And after about 100 hours, you start thinking, this is like a digital monetary network. This is like Facebook for money. And so I would say I started skeptical, and then because I had a need to figure it out, I became a believer.